El Niño is a climate pattern that describes the unusual warming of surface waters in the eastern tropical Pacific Ocean. The term El Niño means the Christ child in Spanish, and it was originally used to describe the warm ocean current that appeared off the coast of Peru around Christmas time. El Niño is caused by a weakening of the trade winds, which normally blow from east to west across the Pacific Ocean. When the trade winds weaken, warm water from the western Pacific is able to flow back east, towards the Americas. This warming of the eastern Pacific Ocean can have a significant impact on weather patterns around the globe. In the United States, El Niño can cause wetter winters in the southern tier of the country, and drier winters in the north. It can also cause more snow in the Sierra Nevada mountains, and less snow in the Rocky Mountains. El Niño can also have a significant impact on weather patterns in other parts of the world, including Australia, Indonesia, and South America. In Australia, El Niño can cause droughts and wildfires. In Indonesia, it can cause floods and landslides. And in South America, it can cause changes in the timing of the rainy season. El Niño events typically last for 9 to 12 months, but they can sometimes last for years. The last major El Niño event occurred in 2015 to 2016. Here are some of the effects of El Niño. Warmer ocean temperatures. The warm water in the eastern Pacific Ocean can cause sea levels to rise, which can lead to flooding in coastal areas. Changes in precipitation. El Niño can cause changes in precipitation patterns, both locally and globally. In the United States, for example, El Niño can cause wetter winters in the southern tier of the country, and drier winters in the north. Storms. El Niño can also increase the frequency and intensity of storms, such as hurricanes and typhoons. Ecosystems. El Niño can have a significant impact on ecosystems, both in the ocean and on land. For example, El Niño can cause coral bleaching and fish kills in the ocean, and it can also cause droughts and wildfires on land. El Niño is a natural climate pattern, but it can be exacerbated by climate change. As the Earth's climate warms, El Niño events are becoming more frequent and intense. This is a cause for concern, as El Niño can have a significant impact on weather patterns and ecosystems around the globe. El Niño can affect countries all over the world, but some of the most affected countries include South America. El Niño can cause changes in the timing of the rainy season in South America, which can lead to droughts or floods. It can also cause landslides and mudslides in mountainous areas. Australia. El Niño can cause droughts and wildfires in Australia. It can also increase the risk of cyclones. Indonesia. El Niño can cause floods and landslides in Indonesia. It can also disrupt fishing and agricultural industries. Central America. El Niño can cause droughts and floods in Central America. It can also increase the risk of hurricanes. United States. El Niño can cause wetter winters in the southern tier of the United States, and drier winters in the north. It can also cause more snow in the Sierra Nevada mountains, and less snow in the Rocky Mountains. East Africa. El Niño can cause drought. Some of the most common effects of El Niño in Asia include droughts. El Niño can cause droughts in parts of Asia, including India, Southeast Asia, and China. These droughts can lead to water shortages, crop failures, and food insecurity. Floods. El Niño can also cause floods in parts of Asia, such as Bangladesh and the Philippines. These floods can cause widespread damage to property and infrastructure, and can lead to loss of life. Changes in monsoon patterns. El Niño can also disrupt monsoon patterns in Asia, which can lead to either too much or too little rainfall. This can have a significant impact on agricultural production and water availability. Heat waves. El Niño can also cause heat waves in parts of Asia, such as India and Pakistan. These heat waves can be deadly, especially for the elderly and the sick. Disease outbreaks. El Niño can also create conditions that are favorable for the spread of diseases, such as malaria and dengue fever. The effects of El Niño in Asia can vary from year to year, depending on the strength of the El Niño event and the specific climate of the region. However, El Niño is a major threat to the livelihoods and well-being of millions of people in Asia. And it is important to be aware of its potential effects. In India, El Niño events are typically associated with below-average monsoon rainfall. This can lead to droughts in many parts of the country, which can have a devastating impact on agriculture and water resources. In addition, El Niño can also increase the risk of heat waves and wildfires in India. The effects of El Niño on India are a major concern for the government and the people of the country. The government has implemented a number of measures to mitigate the effects of El Niño, such as building dams and reservoirs to store water, and providing drought relief to affected areas. However, more needs to be done to prepare for the next El Niño event and to reduce its impact on India.